Hi, welcome back to Beach Aquatics, and today I'm just going to be doing some updates, and I'm going to be moving some fish around. Let's do that, I guess. So just an update on the axolotls. They're doing good. I feel like you guys never really get to see them because they're always hiding. There is Fury, and Toothless is right behind her. You can't really see it. You can see the bottom of his lip if you can kind of see that. Actually looking out, and Toothless is right above. This bait over here that got beat up, his fins are regrowing. You can see that they're not so jaggedy anymore. They're kind of smooth and a little bit more color, so he's doing a lot better. He's getting his color back. This tank looks different. There's the crawfish, still quite a bit of algae. I just cleaned it off yesterday again. And this was in the 3-gallon with the baby guppies, that like big moss ball. And I put it in there, and he loves eating it. And he was just, when I first put it in there, he was like going to town on it. And I'll put a video of that up right here for a second so you can see that. And yeah, that was just super cool. So he is a very good cleaner, just not for the walls. We're gonna skip the baby guppies for now, and to the crabs. This tank I'm gonna change just because I've always been wanting to change the crabs. It's not very fun. And I'm thinking I figured out what I want to do now. At first it was I wanted to breed ghost shrimp because I didn't want to have to keep buying them because it's cool to feed my angelfish to them to my angelfish and stuff like that. But I figured that's just because it's so expensive to buy, I'll just do that. But I looked it up, and they're kind of hard to breed. I mean, I'm sure they breed on their own, but all the stuff that I've been seeing, I just said separate them and stuff. And so I was watching YouTube, and someone said he put a tank with cherry shrimp and java moss, which is a plant, and he started with like 20, and within a few months they piled all the java moss in the middle for like a food source or home, whatever, and they breed it into like a bunch, like 30s or 40s, and they doubled and tripled. So yeah, and I'll just have some guppies at top just to have some more baby guppies because that's all. I got cut off by call, but because it stops going and I never got a phone call. But what I was saying is having baby guppies in here is just cool, so I'll just do baby guppies again. Now to the 55. It's changed a little bit with decoration. You can see a little more tropical. That used to be in the axolotl tank right there. I got the old plants in and just that big plant behind it. Because that other plant was getting ate up and everything. So I decided not to do that, and the clam I unhooked to that. So that could be hooked up now. And I did eat a new fish. I don't know where he is right now. I think that's the tail of him. You can't really see it, the shark's in the way. But I cannot tell if I can find him. I'll get a pic. Oh, here he is. He's right there. It's a long-nosed farewell catfish. You can't really see the front. There's a better view. Right there. And he's just a cleaner fish. So yeah, he's pretty cool. I don't know what that is. It's his little tail. I don't know if it's a dead fish or not. Or just like a plant, but a lot of fish in this tank. Looks really nice. If it is a dead fish, he'll get eaten up by the sharks and everything, because a lot of times when the fish dies, everything will just eat it and it'll go away. So yeah, there's the 55. Just saying that it's just a plant. I just found the top. It's a sprout from that plant back there. It doesn't really grow, but it's back there, I guess. You can kind of see it right there. There's a little sprout, and so I thought it was a dead fish's tail, but it wasn't. So now I'm going to say what I want to do. But first, I did get some ghost shrimp for the 25-gallon tank, and that's where the Amazon store that used to be here went. So yeah, and so now what I'm thinking I'm going to put in the 25, so it's not just the bait and some shrimp, is first of all, these hatchet fish, because this tank, I feel like they're not happy in it because there's a lot of water movement on the top, and that they like to stay at the top, and they see they really can't right now because they're at the bottom. Normally their head's on the top, so I might move them out of there. And this guy also, sometimes, or at least he used to, always go up and bother them and compete them for food, so I think they'd just be a lot better in the 25. And what else? I also want to move the baby guppies to there. That's why I didn't show you them, but they are getting pretty big, as you can see. Yeah, there's 3. I don't know where the other one is. I haven't really seen him for a while. Oh, there he is, right back there. And there's one of the shrimp in the rock. So if I move them, when I move them, I'll also move the shrimp with them. There are 2 shrimp in here, and the crawfish is doing something kind of weird over there, climbing on the filter. And there's the axolotl. But yeah, there's the beta. A lot more color. See, his tail's getting a lot darker, and he's just being like, I don't know, a lot bigger, cooler, more energetic and everything by day. There's one of the shrimp. There's like 6 in here. There's another. I want to get a few more. Maybe some cherry shrimp, but they're a little bit more expensive. Can't really see that one, but right there. And there's the Amazon sword. Couldn't really bury the roots, but we'll see what happens with it. Hopefully it stays growing, because that's where the plant that was here was that big plant behind the rock in the 55. So yeah, let's get into moving the guppies in here first, I guess. Yeah, let's do that. I'm just gonna feed this guy mainly because I want to show you that it will actually eat out of your hand, so like jump up to get the food. But also, it's just always good to feed the fish before you're adding new fish. Not that I'm worried, but for the guppies, it's kind of small, and he could definitely eat them. So I just want to show you. I'm eating out of my finger. If I can get this. Oh, never mind. I'll just drop it right there. He'll just eat one, but I don't know, just in case, I guess. Couldn't hurt. I don't think he'll do anything, but 4 baby guppies in here would look really nice and cool, just swimming around. And yeah, I want to put neon touches in here, but I'll leave the guppies for now as their little family until I get the crab tank set up. So, but what I'm gonna do to move the guppies is I'm just gonna towel, net them out, and I'll figure out what to do with the plants and everything in here. And yeah, it should be really cool. So let's get into doing this here. Got a full of them in the net. They are still very tiny, and I'm just gonna release them into the big tank. It's a lot big for them. Oh, that's not one. There goes one. I'll kind of just stand there. Don't think they realize how big of a tank they got. There's the one with the broken back. I don't know if it's a broken back or what it is. They are liking the net though. I'm just gonna try to smooth the net away. There goes one. There's 2, and there follows the crowd. And there are our 4 baby guppies in this tank, and Bear's just checking them out. It doesn't look like he's helming them. If he's helming them, I'll take them out immediately and put them back. But oh, let's try to. I'll feed him now until he gets off them. But yeah, so that's that. I'm just gonna net him now so I can't hurt him while I'm videoing, and I'm gonna feed him real quick. Feeding him now. He is flaring up and just chasing him a little bit, just because he's never had people in here before. And it's a beta fish, so they're a little bit more aggressive. This one is pretty aggressive, but he'll get used to them. They're all still fine. He's just chasing them away. But I don't think he'll do really any damage, and they'll all get used to each other eventually, because they have a pack. Once they find their school, and they'll start sticking together, and they'll be able to be fine against them. You can see he's just flying away. Doesn't like them that much. But he's eating, so he'll get used to them. I'm gonna watch closely over. But now time to move everything else in that tank, as in the shrimp and the moss ball and the other live plant. So I'm gonna do that. I'm not really gonna show you the shrimp part because it's not really exciting. It's just shrimp, but I'll tell you where I moved the plant and everything. So the shrimp are in there. I don't know if that's one of them, but just 2. So guppies are still doing fine. I put the one plant in here. I'm hoping the axolotls won't eat it. But it looks good. A little bit of sand over it. I mean, they're still hiding now, but looks really good in there. Plus, I'll keep it a little bit cleaner. Tank's empty, except for that little tiny remnant of a moss ball. The other moss ball, I'm probably just gonna put, I don't know, maybe in there, in the 25, I think. I don't think it would look horrible. But yeah, that's probably where it's gonna go. I don't know if I'm gonna put. It's either gonna go in there with the axolotls. I think the axolotls have enough though. So my bet is going in there. So yeah, I'm gonna put it in there. So because these guys have their life plant, 10-gallon crawfish will eat or whatever. I don't think they can eat that. If they are, oh well, I'll put it somewhere else, I guess. But yeah, so I'm gonna put the moss ball in there and show you how it looks. Alright, got all the poop got a little bit stirred up. Yeah, that is all poop. It's not brown sand. It's all from Toothless, the axolotl. So I'm trying to get a cleaning crew. That's why I'm putting all the shrimp and these plants in here. I'm gonna get some snails when I get money and some more shrimp. But there's 2 moss balls. It looks good. And yeah, that's mainly what the shrimp are eating in here. Is just the poop because it's a big job. Honestly, it looks kind of good with sorry, I accidentally ended the video. But all I was saying is, honestly, it looks kind of good with brown sand. Just don't tell anybody it's pooping. It looks really good. And it has the rock in here and everything. And it looks really good with it. So, I mean, I might get brown sand or just leave it like that. But there's 3 gallons empty. Got the 10-gallon, Toothless, 5-gallon. You saw the 55, but yeah, everything's doing good. Got the moss balls, so yeah, guppies are doing good, and I'll update you guys probably in a few days. And for the 3-gallon, just leave ideas in the comments below, I guess, because I don't know what to do with that other than a dwarf seahorse tank, because they own like 1 inch and or less, and you can fit like 3 of them in a 3-gallon tank, 3 to 5. So I might just get a few of those guys, and I have the giant bag of salt. And if I'm getting rid of the crabs, I'll have no use for it. So that's probably what I'm gonna do for this. I forgot to do this, but I added the hatch fish in here. I just remembered, so I decided to show you now. There's one, and there's the other one. Still getting used with the beta fish. So I'm with the guppies now. It's actually the next day. And there's one, the shrimp actually. See all the baby guppies, and yeah, so now there's hatch fish in here. So yeah. So that's all I have for you today. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.